You covered.
We have been driving around southeastern Massachusetts all evening.
It's why 12 News is coverage you can count on.
Get your local news first on 12 News Now at 4.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 23rd. I'm Patrick Little. Some of you may be joining us right now for the first time at 6 a.m. Good morning to you folks. But some of you may have tuned in at 4:30 when we normally start our news and we're wondering where were they?
And let me tell you, as I say good morning, I'm Danielle North. To all of our viewers this morning, those have emailed and texted and Facebook messaged us about what was going on. We've had some technical difficulties this morning, and some of those are still persisting during the 6 o'clock hour, but we wanted to at least bring you the headlines of the day and your weather forecast and do what we can with the capabilities we have right now.
Yeah, so we are underway on this Tuesday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. Let's start with Michelle, the concern of some black ice out there on this Tuesday morning.
Yes, we definitely have some sneaky icy patches out there. North Scituate, our camera showing the skies just starting to brighten up, and we've got a mixture of what will be clouds and eventually some sunshine. But with the roadways a little bit damp from yesterday's rainfall and melting snow, the temperatures have dropped down to near freezing, and that's allowed for some sneaky icy patches. And you'll want to watch for that early this morning. That's why our threat tracker is bumped up for the morning hours. And today, we'll drop it back down to green and keep it there for tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we're right at freezing in Smithfield. Providence is right above freezing and Westerly just below it. And we've hit the freezing mark in Newport. And even though the air temperature may be sitting just above freezing in places like Providence, Taunton, and New Bedford, the pavement temperature is also right around 31, 32 degrees. So some of the puddles from yesterday did have a chance to freeze. Still an issue at 7 o'clock this morning. Temperatures 31 in Pasco, expected to be 34 in Providence. But by the time we hit 8 or 9, the combination of the sun being up and the temperature starting to warm, we'll see some improvement. So mid to upper 30s by 9 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing new falling on our live Doppler radar. No rain or snow this morning. We are going to be keeping our eye on this little patch of precipitation that's over the Great Lakes and northwestern Pennsylvania right now. That'll give us the chance for a sprinkle or a flurry at the end of the day. If you're getting the kids ready to head out the door for school, it's a seasonable late February day. We're starting in the 30s this morning, mix of clouds and sunshine. Increasing clouds in the afternoon, lower 40s for highs with that late day sprinkle or flurry. Let's time it out for you. This is, again, 9 o'clock this morning, and you can see some clouds thickening up around noontime, lower and middle 40s in Coventry, Providence at about 44, 40 in Newport, and 43 in New Bedford. School dismissal time, could see a couple of sprinkles. Best shot of this will be in the western parts of Rhode Island. These will be fizzling out as they push eastward, and they'll be drying up through the evening commute. Nothing widespread or heavy like what we saw yesterday. And then the skies will clear back out late this evening and overnight tonight. And with that, I expect our late night temperatures to drop down to the lower 30s once again under dry and mostly clear conditions. Got another chance for a quick shower tomorrow night. Let's time this out for you. This is 7 a.m. on Wednesday. It's looking like our mildest day of the work week. High temperatures tomorrow between 45 and 50. A little bit more sunshine than today, and we're going to see an approaching front give us a chance for a shower. Now, it doesn't happen until after the sun goes down, and a light shower passing through later Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. Good news here is that there's no major winter storms in our forecast this work week. In fact, temperatures are looking a lot more like late winter or early spring. We'll be into the upper 40s tomorrow, mid 40s on Thursday with mostly sunny skies. Friday's a little bit cooler in the upper 30s, and then we do have some rain developing during the day Saturday. It should be fairly widespread by Saturday afternoon and continuing into Saturday evening. But second half of the weekend's looking dry and mild, close to 50. We're going to be keeping you updated online throughout the day with the forecast at WPRI.com. Danielle and Patrick?
All right, thanks, Michelle. We want to give you a check of some of our top headlines this morning now.
Rhode Island Department of Health says more than 12,000 doses of the vaccine are arriving in the Ocean State later than scheduled. Due to this, residents in 3 communities who have appointments today being told to come back at the same time at a later date. Vaccine appointments for Cranston being rescheduled for the same time Friday. Appointments made in West Warwick being rescheduled for the same time Thursday. Appointments made in East Greenwich now scheduled for next Monday.
And we do want to continue to update our early morning viewers this morning. So this is a new development. If you are trying to make an appointment at one of Rhode Island's mass vaccination sites, Right now, don't do that. The Department of Health has told us that new appointments are going to be added at 9 a.m. each day. So again, that's 3 hours from now. So right now, there are no new appointments that are listed.
Department of Health said more than 10,000 appointments would be added yesterday. Majority of those were filled before noon. We spoke to two men in the 65 and older age group, one who was able to get an appointment and one who could not get one. If you're not able to get online, you can also try the call center by phone. That opens at 7:30 in the morning on weekdays and at 8:30 in the morning on weekends.
Turning to other news, President Joe Biden announcing some changes for America's small businesses, saying that they can expect to have an easier time getting some financial assistance. So we understand these changes are going to take effect beginning tomorrow. That will provide more financial relief to some of the mom and pop businesses across the country.
President also says he is open to hearing ideas to further improve the plan. Biden also announced a number of changes to the Paycheck Protection Program to allow minority-owned and small businesses to receive aid a little bit quicker. Other news now incoming, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee will host his weekly small business town hall on Facebook Live at noon today to answer questions about the challenges local businesses are facing. On Monday, McKee met with those small businesses at the House Small Business Committee and presented on those current challenges that they are facing.
Yeah, so McKee said that his priority of speeding up the vaccine distribution will help to get employees back to work. He also says his team will be conducting an assessment of Rhode Island's CARES Act spending as it relates to small businesses to identify some of that undistributed money that could be reallocated in the form of grants. Also, Governor Gina Raimondo starting to pass the torch, so to speak, announcing yesterday that she signed an executive order that the incoming Governor Dan McKee will develop and present the next budget for the next fiscal year. Raimondo and McKee also jointly announcing the appointment of several new cabinet members.
Matt Weldon, now acting director of the Department of Labor and Training. Jim Thorson will take over as acting head of the Department of Administration come March 2nd. Marilyn McConaughey will once again become acting director of the Department of Revenue, and that will take place on March 2nd.
And Governor Raimondo is still awaiting confirmation to President Biden's cabinet as our new U.S. Commerce Secretary. The governor's advisors are telling 12 News political editor Ted Nesi it now looks like the earliest that she could get a Senate vote is next week. Once she is confirmed, McKee will then formally take over as our new governor. Also want to bring an update to a story we first told you about yesterday morning. So we have learned here at 12 News the identity of the victim whose body was found in an icy pond in Wareham. He's been identified as 44-year-old Thomas Bartholomew. He was pulled from the water on Monday. First
reported someone may have fallen through the ice off of County Road Sunday evening. Police say Bartholomew went into the pond to swim, something he had done several times before. Fall River City Council expected to take a vote of no confidence in the school superintendent. That is expected to happen today. That's according to the agenda that was posted online. There have been calls for Matthew Malone to resign amid accusations he has harassed school employees.
All right, so you're watching 12 News this morning on this Tuesday. Again, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll be back after this short break with more weather. Also check in with some of our 12 News reporters this morning.
Buying a new Jeep is expensive these days. You need to buy the right Jeep at the right price, and you do that through research.
Receive all information and buy from the convenience of your computer. Click 855newport.tv during the President's Day event.
Car wreck? This is a fairness meter. The insurance company is making him an offer. Now they say no to all the bills? They don't want to pay. Don't waste your time with unfair offers. Call the heavy hitter. When we call, you get money for everything you deserve. Medical bills, lost wages, and money for pain and suffering. Car wreck? Call me, Attorney Rob Levine, the heavy hitter. And the fairness meter will ring for you.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
We know that these are challenging times and a lot has changed, but one thing hasn't, our standard of care.
The office of Dr. Eric George & Associates is open for all dental procedures, including cleanings and consultations. Our staff is constantly up to date with all CDC guidelines, using the newest equipment, practices, and procedures to ensure everyone stays protected. Check our website for updated schedules and information. And remember, truly compassionate dental care begins at the offices of Dr. Eric George & Associates.
We've all heard the ads. Only pay for what you need. But how do they know what you really need?
Until we can actually predict the future, nobody truly knows what you need for your insurance limits. The responsible solution is to talk to an experienced insurance agent from Butler & Messier. Choose the agency who has insured the homes and cars of our community through 2 pandemics and 2 world wars. Butler & Messier since 1903. On the phone or online at butlerandmessier.com.
Buying a new truck costs a lot of money these days. You need to buy the right truck at the right price, and you do that through research.
Lowest research price in a 500-mile radius. Receive all information and buy from the convenience of your computer. Click 855newport.tv during the President's Day event.
Good morning. It is 10 past 6 on this Tuesday morning. We're back on the air after experiencing some technical difficulties, a delay in getting on the air. We weren't on until about 6 o'clock this morning. We do still have some kinks to work out, trying to get some video back up and running, but we wanted to come on the air and at least give you some of the top stories and update you on the weather as well.
Taking some baby steps as we're getting back on the air this morning. We want to check in once again with Michelle for a look at the forecast. That includes a little bit of a pinpoint weather alert this morning, right, Michelle?
Yeah, it's icy out there. Black ice a concern. In fact, Facebook, a friend just texted and said he actually slipped going around a corner on one of the roadways in Providence, one of the exits on the highway. So be aware of that. Our East Providence camera looking towards the capital city right now, showing the sky starting to brighten ahead of our sunrise, still about a half hour away. 33 degrees, the current temperature. So even though the air temperature is just sitting slightly above freezing, the pavement still at or below freezing, and that's allowed for those damp conditions that we saw on the roadways yesterday evening turned to some icy spots this morning. So that'll be a concern through about 8 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures will rise into the lower 40s. We do have the chance for a quick sprinkle or flurry late afternoon and evening. Not going to be widespread or heavy like what came through here yesterday. We have a dry daytime Wednesday, upper 40s for highs, and nighttime shower. And then Thursday, a seasonable day, bright, dry, a little brisk in the morning. The full 7-day forecast will be coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Now to some of our top stories. If you were set to receive a COVID vaccine in Cranston, West Warwick, or East Greenwich today, your appointment has been rescheduled.
That's because shipment of the Moderna vaccine was stalled because of the recent wintry weather we've had all across the country. So the doses simply are just not here to administer right now.
12 News reporter Erica Ritchie live in Cranston this morning. Erica, those folks have already been rescheduled, right?
Well, they should have been, Pat and Danielle. That's what we were told by the city. They were in a last-minute scramble yesterday when they got word from the health department that those doses would not be in Rhode Island today to be administered. They started making phone calls to folks who had appointments today. If you didn't get a phone call from the city, though, here's what they want you to know. If you had an appointment for a vaccination today in the city of Cranston, it's getting bumped to Friday. Same time, same place, different day, Friday instead of Tuesday. That's going to be the case here in Cranston. And of course, that winter weather out west that we're seeing is the big reason for, according to the Department of Health, the shipments are just not able to make their way across the country and get to us here. So once again, the doses are just not here.